I just got out of the shower, so ignore the hair and the lack of the lipstick. It's gonna, just ignore it. Hi guys, I guess you guys can tell from the title, I'm gonna share my paranormal story. I just recently saw a Graveyard Girls video. She's in Savannah, Georgia. She started talking about her paranormal story. So it got me talking with my sister about some of the things that have happened to us. But I've never got the guts to make my own paranormal video. So I just decided, hey, let me go ahead and make one. Just to let you guys know exactly where I'm at in the, I guess, a scale. If we were to say, die-hard believer, whereas if I hear any little thing, I'll believe it's paranormal. And a skeptic, I'm literally in the middle. Like, if somebody tells me they heard something or something happened, I just try to find out a way that it can be explained. Like, if I hear something, I try to investigate and I'll be like, it's the refrigerator making a weird noise. And after investigating it, if I can't find, an explanation, then I'll go into maybe believing it's paranormal. But I don't just, believe it's that. So this story I'm going to go ahead and share with you guys. And I have very few stories. I think I have like maybe 3 or 4. So if you guys want me to share the other stories, just go ahead and let me know. But this is the one that, I don't know, it's not the scariest one, but it's just the weird. But this one is just very odd. So I don't know, I just thought it was a good one to start off with. This story happened when I had come back from college. I was in college 6 hours away from home. I had come back, I don't know if it was for Thanksgiving or Christmas break, but I want to say it was Thanksgiving. So before I had left for college, we had moved into this new house. I just lived there for a few months. So I went to college, everything like that, came back for break. I just got home. I said hi to all my family, and I decided I was very tired. It was a 6-hour trip. So I was very tired, and I just decided to take a nap, and it was in the middle of the day. So I took a nap. I went to my mom's room, and I took a nap in her room. My mom's room, say this was the bed, and this side directly to your head was a restroom. The restroom doors, they had their own restroom, and then over there was the main entrance. I have a thing about doors. I don't like doors open. I always close even my closet door. I just don't like any doors open. I feel like nothing can get through, even though I know it's probably not true. But I just immediately closed the main door and then the restroom, because that's just my thing. So when I woke up, when you wake up and your eyes are closed, but you're just thinking maybe about your dream, or you're just coming into what you're gonna do. And then when I finally decided, I was like, okay, I need to get up. When I tried to open my eyes, I felt this like tingliness in my eyes and some pressure, like I could not open them. And then I immediately tried to move my arm, and I couldn't move my arm. Again, I felt tingliness and pressure. Even if I would just to start thinking I'm gonna move my left foot, it would start tingling. It's like my brain would tell whatever it was that I was gonna try to move it, so it would be pressure. It was really freaky. It was really weird. So I was completely paralyzed. Closest thing that I could compare it to is maybe that's what would feel like if you were in a coma, that you couldn't wake up. That's how I felt, because I felt like I was trapped inside myself, and I just felt like I was never ever gonna get up. In my mind, or I'm not sure what I could call it, but I opened my eyes, not physically. I was still struggling to open them and everything like that, but I looked to my left and I noticed that the door to the restroom was open. Not just fully open or a little bit open, it was like midway open. So I was like, okay, that's odd. I closed it, but I was still freaking out, so that was the last thing I was thinking about. So then I moved and I turned to my right, and I was on the edge of the bed, and next to me was a little boy, like fully under the covers. I could just see, the top half of him, but he was in the covers with me, and he was smiling. He was just like, but it was like the freakiest thing, because I was like, what are you doing in my bed, little boy? I was literally terrified. So in my, mind's eyes, I closed them right away as soon as this color boy. I was like, I don't want it to touch me. I don't want to be freaked out. I don't want to even look at it. I know it's there. I was still trying to open my physical eyes. I was like, come on, wake up, you know, you have to wake up, move my arm. Nothing seemed to work, and it seemed for hours like I was stuck there, but I'm pretty sure it was only minutes. So then finally I just feel like this snap, like this just snapped back into my body. I woke up, and the first thing I looked at is to my right, and of course there was nobody there. There was nothing, and I was like, okay, I feel a little better. Then I looked to my left, and the restroom door was open. Not only was it open, it was open exactly how I had just seen it, like midway. It wasn't a little bit open, it wasn't fully open, it was like middle, you know, more closed and open kind of way. So that freaked me out immediately. So I went and I told my sister. My sister's had so many paranormal stories, and for years she had been telling me about them, and I never really fully believed her. There was things that, you know, I couldn't even explain myself whenever she would tell me, but I just never believed her. So I told her the story, and I was like, this happened, and this little boy, and then so I started describing the little boy a little bit, and then she started, you know, asking me questions too, and she was like, does he have black hair, and blah blah blah, and I was like, yes. And so we started to come up with this description of this little boy, and she's like, oh yeah, so I've seen him, like nothing, you know, just like regular, oh yeah, I've seen him. So I was like, what do you mean you've seen him? What are you talking about? And she told me, yeah, I've seen this little boy. He's walked outside my window when I'm there, and I've seen him several times around the house. And I was just like, what? Why didn't you tell me? Blah, blah. But when I went to college, we kind of lost touch a little bit. So that was the reason why, you know, she wouldn't just call me and be like, so this happened, and I saw the little boy. And also because she had told me a lot of paranormal stories, and I never really believed her. So I think that is another thing why she didn't tell me, because I guess she just thought, you're not gonna believe me. So for sure after that, I fully believed her, you know, in that, because it was just, how could I describe this little boy that she had seen? So fast forward a little bit, and I cannot explain this at all, but I never researched what happened to me, because later on in a few months I did have that episode where I couldn't wake up, but it wasn't anything that I saw anything, like it was just blackness that I could not wake up, and then finally I got to wake up. But I never tried to research it. So fast forward, I just researched those 3 like words, but I think it was like in the 3rd or 4th link in Yahoo, there was one that said something like awake but dreaming, could not wake up, something like in the lines of what happened to me. So I was like, what? So immediately I like clicked it, and I started reading these stories of people that happened to them as well. They couldn't wake up and blah blah blah, and there were some weird ones of levitation, and people saw him levitating, and they saw this man and blah blah blah. So all these different things, and I was just like, whoa, I didn't know that this had happened to other people. And I researched it a little bit, but I didn't really find anything else other than people just saying their stories and stuff like that. But just recently, a few weeks ago actually, I did research it, and I found that there is this thing called sleep paralysis. What sleep paralysis means is that your brain, when you go to sleep, it paralyzes your body, so you don't act out your dreams. Seems very logical. So there's been episodes where people wake up and the mind, I guess, doesn't realize it. So when you try to wake up, your body still sleeps, so you can't wake up. It's still paralyzed. So I was reading up about it, and then they did talk about other people having that, and then another side effect that they have hallucinations, and people have seen things and they believe it's paranormal, blah blah blah. That is all fine and well, and I totally get that, and I've had those episodes now, and now I gear it towards like, okay, it's not paranormal, it's just I can't wake up. So that kind of relieved me a little bit. But what I still can't explain is me opening my eyes, seeing the little boy my sister has seen as well, and then seeing the door, you know, the same exact way when I wake up, when I was asleep as well, or having my hallucinations. Like, I cannot explain that. So maybe I was having that episode and whatnot, but that was apparent, or to me that it was a paranormal thing. And what was funny about that research is that they say that it's not paranormal or anything like that, and there's been a few studies that they've done on it, but they're like, but people have died. they legitimately said, oh, but people have died in it because something about the heart constraining and them freaking out, and they just die in their sleep. And I was just like, that's very comforting. It's not paranormal, but you could die. And I was just like, okay, that's very freaky. So now whenever it happens, I will try not to freak out. It actually happened a few nights ago, but I freaked out because it's the most weird, very icky feeling that you'll ever feel. So I freaked out still, but it went away really fast. And even now, I still have these little episodes where I'm barely falling asleep and I'll feel it come on. Like I start feeling like something's on me, or something's like, I guess, paralyzing me. So then I'll like immediately start to like want to wake up, and I kind of can't. And then, but it won't last that long. So that was my freaky little paranormal story for you guys. So I hope you guys enjoyed my paranormal story. If you guys want to hear more of my other ones, then just definitely let me know. But I would suggest to you guys to go to my sister's channel. My sister, the one that was in my other videos, and she's the one that I did my other 2 videos with. And let her know that you would want to hear her paranormal stories, because she feels, I try to convince her into doing it, but she feels like people are going to think she's a freak or she's a weirdo because she sees things. But I think she has really good stories and worth hearing. So if you guys want, also let her know as well. But yeah, I want to thank you guys for watching, for letting me share my story with you guys. But I hope you have a great day. I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.